Okay. I know I'm a little early, but not that early. You'll marry me to everybody. MicheleMarieDalene. Of course, today is Saturday. And I know that the live streams are people miss the live streams with the phone calls. Well, just remember what I told you. Just remember what I told you guys. Alright? Here we go. If you want the phone calls, you need to help make it happen by becoming a patron on our Patreon page. Okay? So, it's easy. We need $100 a month in patron pledges to make the phone calls happen. And the reason is very simple. Because the fact of the matter is, let me bring my chair up a little bit, or my camera. The reason why that is because of one reason, and that is, yep, nope. I'm just tightening up the screws here and leveling the camera up. That's better. And the reason I say that is, while Donald Trump and the White House are very supportive of a stimulus payment, and so are the Democrats, as is the Federal Reserve, Mitch McConnell is still sitting on his ass. Okay? And I see already got people coming on the show. How you doing out on the wire? Hi, Bob. Bob, dog. Yes, I missed the phone calls. Well, like I said, if you want the phone calls, let's see, my head is still in the top of the frame. Well, that kind of sucks. Ugh. I like to leave a little bit. That's better. Yeah, that's okay. That's good. We already know that the Congress is not, notice I said not, the senators, Mitch McConnell, is not bringing this bill to the floor for a vote until after July 4th. Recess. That's the first 2 weeks, ladies and gentlemen. And I forgot to mention one more thing too while I'm at it. Not only is he not bringing it to the floor until after July 4th, they only got 2 weeks before they go back on races again in August. So they only got like a 2-week window to get the money out. Approved. But at the same time, just like with Caligula, just like with Nero, Rome burns and let's get ransacked. The point of the matter is that these people, Mitch McConnell, is so out of touch because all he does is he makes excuses. Oh, wait and see, wait and see, wait and see. When everybody, including economists, have said, you better do something now. They also got the evictions and foreclosure crisis starting. Holy fuck! How many more problems, Mr. McConnell, could have been avoided if, and then this is true, when everybody says, shut down the country to flatten the curve in March 23rd, 2020. Now it's been March, or let's just say end of March. Okay, April, May, June. Okay, we're just starting to see openings. July? You think July 4th is going to go a problem? Don't count on it because the cases are going up. August? That was 5 freaking months. And we only got one $1,200 stimulus check. And you're expecting all those Americans to quietly sit back and tell the landlord, I'm sorry, I can't give you any rent today. I have none because I only got one fucking stimulus check that only covered 1 month's rent. What am I supposed to do? I gotta pay my mortgage. I don't know, Mr. Landlord, but you can't throw me out. Oh, yes, I can. Eviction protection's over. And that's unfortunately is exactly what's happening all across the country. Evictions have restarted as of June 1st. So if you have not been keeping up with your rent, you're fucked. That's a simple fact. You're fucked. Because you have no legal protections. It's a little different for a mortgage, by the way, but not by much. Alright, so let's take a look at the comments here. Getting more phone calls, guys. Oh, maybe we might give our phone calls. And worst case scenario, October. Remember, I already got the money given to me for the installation work. But the fact of the matter is, that's not a problem. Oh, Patty just dropped another little piece of news on me. Okay, let's take a look at the news here. Get caught up on here. Okay. Good luck. It looks like we won't be getting any more phone calls, guys. Bob Dyke says should have used that stimulus to pay for the phone calls for a year. It only would have covered 10 months. 8 months. 8 months is the installation price. Right. 8 months. And by the way, no, that is not my going bald on the forehead here. That actually, this is going white, honey. This is turning white. My new hair is growing in, it's becoming naturally white. How do you live with that? Could have used that stimulus to pay for phone calls for a year. Not quite, but Bob Dog said the governor announced that PFD is only $992 this year, even though we're getting it 3 months early. So, okay, right. So they reduced the Alaskan stimulus, or the yearly payment from the gas and oil industry in Alaska. Well, I haven't even applied for renters rebate yet, so that would be something that is for people on disability is would be something similar to our stimulus for those in low income and the renters rebate money. However, I did call up the local agency doing it, and they told me, in short, that yes, you can still go apply for it, put all the information, supporting documentation into an envelope, and bring it down to the senior center and place it in the lockbox outside the front door. We will look at the application, begin the processing, and then we will go ahead and have you sign it, and you'll be on your merry way. So it's not really appointments. But I gotta go call the electric company, and I gotta get the information from January to December of 2019. And then I have to get the letter from the landlord for the rent paid from January to December of 2019, which is $700 a month. And he signs that, and then I put my 1099s, SSA 1099s in the envelope, along with any other documentation we would need, and bring it up there to Oak Street and drop it in the box with the phone number date of birth, my address, and which obviously is on the utility bills. And then I would go ahead and they'll call me back and let me know when they're ready to have me come up to sign the paperwork. But that doesn't help any immediate time because that's payments are usually scheduled around November to early December. So it's great for Christmas bonuses, but it doesn't do much else for anybody else. How you doing, Noodles? According to how much oil was sold, it should cover close to $2,700, but the politicians are appropriating the dough now instead of dispersing it. They do that same thing with renter's rebate. Normally, I would get a maximum of $700. In the last few years, I've only been getting about $650. I don't know how long do you need to be a resident of Alaska to get the PPD. Bob, do you need to be there for 2 years? Noodle says hello. I don't worry, that's a big difference in pay. Yikes, he lost about $2,000. Close to it anyway. Well, I got some good news. I found I have another extra $25 in food stamps this month. I didn't even expect. So this morning I went down to Cumbies to pick up 2 cans of Spam and a box of Pop-Tarts, thinking I pretty much would kill off the rest of the food stamps. The Spam I'm going to be using with my dinner for tonight, which is going to be mashed potatoes, carrots, red cabbage, and red cabbage and Spam and carrots and potatoes, boiled potatoes. Yeah. So I was really excited to see that I got another 25 extra bucks. Because the good news is that means that what I'm not spending, obviously I'm not going out to eat anywhere, so I can still get $130 left for this month. Patty is still telling me, yeah, Michelle, you gotta make sure that you go ahead and get more food stamps. I mean, you gotta go get some more cleaning supplies and clean your house more. Yeah, I know. I just did the kitchen. And you can see that my hair is getting white streaks coming in now. At least it's not baldness, thank God. But I know some people hate canned Spam. Spam isn't so bad. I don't mind eating Spam. I can eat it raw. It doesn't bother me. Well, it's already cooked from the manufacturer. But I mean is, you don't have to fry it. You don't have to boil it. Ew. Boiled pork shoulder? Well, yeah, I guess you could boil it. Me, I just basically just eat it. Unopen the can and just chop it up and throw it on a plate and call it dinner. But sometimes I'll put it in the microwave for a little bit and warm it up when it's cold outside. So anyway, the thing that's funny is yeah, I've thought about it. I thought about moving to Barrow, Alaska. The only thing is the problem with Barrow, Alaska is you gotta go through I'm gonna get all my shit up there. And housing in Barrow is not cheap. And T-Mobile is non-existent. And home internet was pretty limited. In the case of Barrow, Alaska, 6 months out of the year, you get sun all day, all night. And then the other 6 months, it's dark as hell. I don't know if I would be able to handle that. I think I would totally fuck up my circadian rhythm so bad. They're bad enough now. I hate to see what it'd be like going to sleep. Well, it's still looking like it is right now here in the afternoon. And it's 12 midnight. And I wake up the next day, 12 in the afternoon, and it's still daylight. Until the winter time, when it's dark 6 months of the year, and you got to deal with the polar bears, the wind, the cold, the snow, the ice. That was before my knee injury. I don't know how I would feel. I don't know how I would fare now, since I haven't been in snow since my injury. Yeah, I'd rather move to Hawaii if I didn't have a bunch of stuff to take with me. Yeah, but Hawaii isn't cheap either, Bob. But you're right. Taking your stuff with you to Hawaii is going to cost a lot. Everything costs a lot in Alaska. I'm not going to move to Hawaii. I hate when it's hot. On the other hand, right now is just about the right temperature for me. Right now, it's about 19 degrees Celsius out here, so it's pretty good for me overall. Alan Wire says, yeah. Alan Wire says Canada is starting to talk about renegotiating the travel through Canada agreement with Alaska, making it tougher for people to come across their borders for the purpose of traveling to Alaska. Right, because you're part of the Alcan Highway, which runs as a joint effort between the United States and Canada. Right now, the only way to get to Alaska outside of that is to go to Seattle-Tacoma Airport. And then take a plane up. But you still need the Alcan Highway for larger shipments. Oh yeah, one thing also about Barrow, Alaska. And I hate to say it, we're starting to see those prices here. Do you ever see how expensive getting supplies are in Barrow are? A gallon of milk is over $10. At least. A gallon of milk. Potato chips. Forget it. You can't afford it. It's only 14. I'm like, holy. I hope you get more food stamps up there, because I sure the fuck don't have that kind of money. Oh, that's a lot of money. Bob Dog says, so I has almost free fruit, bananas and papayas just laying on the ground, beaches to sleep on. Yeah, except the governor of Hawaii's been doing his can to prevent people from sleeping on the ground. They've been really cracking down on the homeless in Hawaii. It's not exactly easy. Yeah, it's not easy. It's just not, no. Yeah, I know. Whaling is big money in Barrow. That's the native local cuisine. I've never had whale. I have no idea what it tastes like. They eat seal too, don't they? I think they eat seal and whale. It's a native Alaskan indigenous people up there. Yeah, it's native Alaskans up there. But I mean, if you want to go to places kind of like Alaska without having to travel all the way across country to Seattle, Tacoma, and then take a flight from Seattle, Tacoma to Anchorage or Fairbanks, then the best way to do it is to move to Maine. Even though Maine is not Alaska, it's pretty damn big. You can move to places like Caribou, Maine. You can move to far up Maine, northern Maine. And I would tell you, except for the winters not being quite as rough, it's still pretty much desolate up there in northern Maine. It really is. You know, depending on which part of Maine you end up going to, if you're near the coastline, you're going to be eating lobster and crab. I don't know if I could eat crustacean. I don't really know if I'd like crustacean. I watched videos on the cleaning of whales. Messy, bloody job. Hocking out huge hunks of flesh. For those of you who are sensitive vegans, I will spare you the details. Let's just put it this way. It's a messy, messy business. But it's pretty much major support income. But the biggest problem with Barrow is the fact is that just like it is literally a small town, really. It's not much bigger than Winsted, really, if you think about it. Actually, maybe Barrow's a little bit bigger than Winsted, but not by much. Maybe about the size of Torrington. You're still basically bored out of your skull. What are you going to do for those 6 months of darkness? You know, its ground is muddy and dirty and it's dingy. Even if the buildings look nice, you know that they're built on stilts. They have to be because of the permafrost. People get bored. The most biggest entertainment turns out to be the inside of a beer bottle. So those long winter nights when you're basically holed up in your little room and your electric heat is blasting away up there because they obviously, most people don't really have much else. I mean, maybe the large buildings like the two inns may have heating oil, heating hot water heat. Most of those buildings are using electric heat. That's going to cost you. There's not too many choices of grocery stores. And holy cow, like I said, those price tags will give you sticker shock. Really. I watched the whole specials on it. If I had to move to the USA, I'd probably choose Colorado or Alaska. Well, no, you're not. Do you want to be? Oh, I don't know. If you wanna stay in the lower 48, Colorado is not that bad. At least it's in the center of the country. And it's going to have access to more of the things that we expect in the lower 48. I wouldn't know about how I would still get... No, you're not blocked. Why do you have to keep asking that question? So anyway, I can see Rusty's pacing around there. What's wrong? Can you get bored? Let's see. Let's see. Well, I don't know. When the coronavirus is on the rise again, and Patty was just pointing out figures that local came in about the coronavirus. You can see Rusty's got his big furry body next to me. Anyway, like I said, if you guys really do want to get the studio lines back on, there certainly is an option for you. You can certainly help by become patrons on my Patreon. Everybody who puts in even $1, look, how many subscribers do I got? I got so many of you guys. If every one of you pledged $1 a month, $1 a month, if 100 people did that, there's $100. And that would also mean that you guys would be able to get the studio line back on sooner than later. I'm not Mitch McConnell. I don't say wait and see. I already told you why we're waiting and seeing. It's because there's no stimulus check didn't come in, and even if the stimulus check does come in, it's probably not going to be here until August or September anyway. So, yeah, I see Plan B. None of the people that have typed so far. Anyway. So, what is it going to take to get the economy back on its feet? What is it going to take to reduce the 30 million unemployment rate? How are we going to help all those millions of people that are going to be facing evictions because they can't pay their rent? How are the people of the Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone, or CHAZ, going to make sure they got access to fresh food, clean water, before they get ransacked by other people in Washington State, other organizations that are ready to basically throw them off their land that they claimed as their own? Is the mayor of Seattle going to really stop them? Who knows? But it's certainly a good question. Great question. Now, since in a way, the Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone, as Tucker Carlson kind of in a joke, but I don't think it's really much of a joke, pretty much could become their own country if they appeal to the United Nations, because they are recognized as by the government of Seattle, Washington, that they're autonomous in their own country. Then they could go appeal to the United Nations under micronation status and become a fully listed country, the 196th country in the world. Governor Lee of Tennessee has said he will not allow that to happen in Tennessee. A group of people in Tennessee had thought about setting up their own autonomous zone in Nashville. The governor said, nope, sorry, you're not doing that here. I won't allow it. Just an example of just how crazy things are getting. So, coronavirus is on the rise again. We're in the second wave. Coronavirus. Sooner than expected. And unfortunately, the economy is already tanking. The US dollar is already in the shitter. The local economies are already collapsing, as it did the petrol, oil and gas industry. Unemployment, instant buyer confidence. many people are not going to be going back to their jobs. And need I say that this is why we need that stimulus money, Mr. Mitch McConnell. Please get off your ass and make it so. Democrats, maybe what you might want to do is consider up another proposal, just in case. Don't have all your eggs in one basket. We already know that Kamala Harris already came up with emergency money for the PEOPLE Act, the EMPA, on the Senate level. The House, as a backup, should come up with its own stimulus bill, just in case. And it should be for a couple months' time, not month after month after month. Remember what Chinese water torture is, or waterboarding for that matter. It's the anticipation of drowning that scares the hell out of you. In this case, people are drowning in debt, and all the government is doing is drip, 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 drip. 1,200 there, 1,200 there, 1,200 there, 1,200 there. Why don't you just go ahead and just give us at least $1,200 for 3 to 6 months if you don't like the 2,000 number? That's what you got to do. Americans need that money. It is not an option. Really isn't. Mitch McConnell, even President Trump, wants the stimulus. Steve Mnuchin wants the stimulus. Larry Kudlow wants the stimulus. Americans that are calling your number at the switchboard want the stimulus. How you doing, Sammy Prepper? Now, I'm about to let you guys know, there is something you can do about the stimulus. And that is, this is where you can contact the congregational switchboard and call your senators and representatives and tell them to get their head out of their ass and do something. Then the phone number for that is 202-224-3121. Again, 202-224-3121. That number will connect you to any representative or senator. Or, according to the person that gave it, said you can even use it to reach Donald Trump at that same number. So it's like a main switchboard for almost all the major people in Washington, D.C. Again, that's 202-224-3121. Call after the show. Most of the time I've been calling, I'm the only one getting is answering machines. But you can call after the show, call and bother. This is the perfect number to go ahead and pass along. To all those people that like to call and make pranks on my show, here's the number that's perfect for that. Call your representative, call your senators, call your friends' senators, call your friends' representatives, and in fact, tell them to get the stimulus payment out there. Do you need this stimulus payment? I don't care if you're Republican, I don't care if you're Democrat, I don't care if you're independent. It doesn't matter. You need to tell the Senate, especially Mitch McConnell, get off your fat ass and pass the damn HEROES Act. Or do something before you go on holiday. You stupid motherfucking lazy, good-for-nothing, $22 million son of a bitch. You got the money coming in, you don't have to worry about it. But the average American does not got a net worth of $22 million a month, or whatever you get. So why don't you help them out? Get off your fat ass and vote on the HEROES Act. Bring it to the floor of the Senate and let's get it done, Mr. McConnell. Let's get it done. And if it fails, okay, fine. Then you guys work on your own updates and get it out to the House to vote on it again. Instead of waiting until the 12th number or when hell freezes over. That's the worst thing to do. Because don't forget, this is an election year, Mr. McConnell. Do you know what that means? That means that a lot of people are going to remember you who are remembered residents of Kentucky And they're going to basically give you the big fat middle finger and say, no, we're not voting you in for another term. That's right. So get off your fat ass, Mitch McConnell, and let's get this bill passed. Immediately. Not tomorrow, not next week, not in August, or heaven forbid, or December or September. Now. We should be starting discussing it next Monday. Why can't we do that? Mitch McConnell, stop being a fucking lazy asshole. You got a job to do. We put you in office, we'll take you out of office. You're not insulated. Seriously. Anyway, how are you doing, Sammy Prepper? I'm just pointing out something to the people here that they need to do. You're gonna need to write to Mitch McConnell out if you want the stimulus. I have been calling his office every fucking day. And everybody needs to do the same thing. I'm supposed that in Sammy, where you are in Australia and New Zealand, it's probably similar problems with your local economies struggling to recover after the pandemic. I can assure you, it is not just an American problem. Yeah, my big kitty cat. My big kitty cat. Come over here, Rusty. Come on. Yeah, this cat weighs about 25, 30 pounds. She's a monster. Don't knock my phone over in the process. Oh! Oh my God. Big kitty. Okay. All right, go ahead. Yeah, he's a big cat. Very big cat. Big cat. Big bad cat. You're blocking the camera, kitty. Yeah, okay. Move over a little bit. Welcome to live TV, guys. Michelle's cat moons the camera. He moons the camera, takes over the entire tabletop. Yeah. Yeah. There's one sure way to boost our economies. Let the oil flow. Stop the restrictions. Right now, the problem is, out on the wire, is there's no one buying oil. The oil is not being bought. Nobody wants to buy it. There's no market for oil. It's not, the usage is so far down. It's sitting in tankers out in the Pacific Ocean because no one wants it. It's not a matter of restrictions. They're just not buying any oil. That's the problem. No one's buying it. So because no one's buying it, well, you know what that means, right? Okay, it means just like it sounds like. So yeah, it's nice to think you can go ahead and buy the oil, but the truth is no one's buying the oil right now. Okay? Yeah, let's just look this way here. I mean, that's something to think about. There's just nobody buying the oil. So you can say, Mr. President, please sell me oil. I love to. Yeah, that's just it. The restrictions are being lifted. And yes, in Winston, people are driving more cars. But this could also be the perfect thing for Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's Green New Deal. No oil sales. No one's buying. Gee, how perfect. Oh, and we can sell Teslas. No, we can't. No one's buying Teslas either. You really seriously think that someone's going to spend that much money for a Model 3? Honestly? Gah. I don't understand that. How can you say, oh, let's sell some Teslas today? No one can afford to buy Tesla. And yet no one's gonna, people are starting to go back out again. But this year is pretty much has been a wrap. Look at it this way. Even if 2021 was any better, you're still gonna see a lot of businesses that have been shuttered. A lot of lack of consumer confidence because of the fact is that a lot of jobs are still gone. Companies never reopened. That was before the protests. In Michigan, one manufacturer established himself in Minneapolis actually said that they're closing the Minneapolis shop because of the George Floyd protests. If it wasn't the declining economy first, the George Floyd protests was the nail in the coffin for many companies. So it's not going to be any better, guys. I'm sorry. But if no one's buying oil, because no one's driving gas guzzlers or diesel guzzlers, it doesn't matter. You gotta have people buying the cars and driving the cars to make oil make sense. Maybe we can have a really cold winter this year, and then maybe we can go ahead and turn up the heat higher and causing people to burn more oil in their boilers and the heating their homes. Yeah, that might work. I'll look into it for this winter. But I don't know how well that's going to go. People can't afford to pay their heating bills. And what about the homeless people who have already lost their homes because of evictions? What are they going to heat their homes or their cardboard boxes with? You know, this is not funny. This is serious. People are already looking for answers to questions that they can't get the answers to. What are we going to do now? I don't know. It's a good question. We are already seeing a cooler late spring. Now remember, it's not summer yet. Summer doesn't start until June 21st. Sammy Pepper can tell you that right now. Winter's just around the corner in Australia, New Zealand. Okay? But the fact is, even here in Connecticut right now, it's only 20 degrees Celsius right now. Sure, yesterday it was warm. And I'm still a little chilly right now because I'm kind of getting ready for spring, summer, and so my body is changing over to the summer mode. The cooler temperatures, I feel it. I feel it too. But that's the reality. Now, obviously, I'm sure somebody out there's got more suggestions for the economy. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know what the future is. But you know what? I'll tell you what I do know. Mitch McConnell is out of a job come November unless he does something smart and recants his original wait-and-see attitude and does something now. I don't even know what this winter's going to be like. Kind of reminds me of that song by Merle Haggard, If We Make It Through December. If we make it through December, if we make it through even October and November, Never mind December. People are already losing their jobs now. What are they going to do when all those evictions are done and all those people didn't get enough money because they don't have a job? Heaven forbid. I don't know how we're going to fix the problems. Western Canada has forecasted a very hot July and August. Well, maybe that's true. We see something similar in the Western United States projected too. But Eastern U.S. and Eastern Canada is not likely to be so loving. Trust me. We already can see it in the trends already. Eastern United States is not going to be unseasonably or even close to seasonably warm. Sure, we're going to have hot bursts, but we're not going to have prolonged hot days. Temperatures are going to be a bit lower than normal. You might see temperatures maybe about 25 degrees Celsius at the highest, maybe 31. That's it. After that, the temperatures are going to be much cooler than normal, as it has been for the last few summers. Oh yes, the Western United States is going to be a sauna. Iron Wire says, I think Mitch McConnell is waiting to closer to elections pass the stimulus as a boost to votes. Yes. And also, as one person said, maybe he's hoping to get it into the next United States fiscal year, which is after July. See, I think that's what he wants to do. I think he's hoping that maybe we can put this on the end of this fiscal year, which is around July 4th, and then at the beginning of the new fiscal period, we'll go ahead and we'll do this, and then we'll have to wrangle the budget for the rest of the year, fiscal year for the United States, which, heaven forbid, is another potential problem. Why? Because the fact is, last time we almost had a shutdown because, well, we did have a shutdown one time, because they couldn't come up with a budget. So you see, they're still not out of the hole. Because all they're doing is kicking the can down the road every time they do it. Oh, we'll wait till later, we'll wait till later, we'll wait till later. Wow. Gee, then later comes. Oh, now we're going to deal with 3 problems at once. Well, listen, asshole, if you had actually done what you were supposed to have done day one, you wouldn't have had to deal with 1 problem at a time. You know I'm telling you the truth. Blind and Belinda 123, Michelle, can you tell me how my saltwater fishing season is going to be this year in New Hampshire? I can't. First of all, New Hampshire doesn't even have an ocean. No, it doesn't. Neither New Hampshire nor Vermont, or neither New Hampshire or Vermont have access to the ocean directly. Only Maine has that. So theoretically, you have no ability to do saltwater fishing, but you can certainly be doing ice fishing on the lakes in New Hampshire. But that'd be freshwater, not saltwater. Wait a minute. Are you sure about that? Because doesn't New Hampshire also have some access to the Great Lakes? At least somewhere? I don't have a map right now of the United States. But I think maybe they have a small stretch of saltwater seashore because of the Great Lakes. But again, that's freshwater. That's not saltwater. Okay. I donated I don't know about that. I'll look, but I don't think so. How would you know anyway? Seriously? You know I could check that easy enough, but I don't think. Yeah. Let me see. I did get some money in here. They sent me $10. That's nice. That's perfect. $10. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. So we got $10, not $10,000. But that's still great. I can still use that because we can help get the bills up for the month. And so we're only just $90 short for the month for getting the phones back on. Yeah, but you know what? I really would like to get regular monthly pledges because that's what it's going to take, is the monthly pledges. Because we got to pay for the bill for 4 months. But I'd still appreciate that, $10. Thank you. So I think you should need to freshen up your geography. Okay. Alright, well, I really will be honest. I don't really know much about the geography up there in New Hampshire. No, it's not impossible. I mean, just... So the next question is... New Hampshire, saltwater, ocean beaches, or some times overlooked by travelers from outside New England simply because the state has a very short stretch of Atlantic Ocean coastline. Yeah, that's why I was a little bit confused. And I didn't even know about that. I mean, it's not that I can't go ahead and pull up my New Hampshire road atlas and check it out. By the way, Patty still wants me to live with her, and she wants to get a house because she thinks it'd be better to have a permanent home. The only problem is that it comes up with questions about where we're going to get the financing and how much. And I honestly couldn't tell her the answer to that question. It's a great idea, though. Except, like I told her, right now, the stock market is starting, or the real estate market is starting to turn a little bit more bullish. It was bearish for a while, but now it's becoming bullish and gutsy. You're talking about prices for sale going up in price. But once the economy crashes for good, you can bet the prices of houses are going to go right through the floor. And that's going to mean that people are going to be seeing new challenges because of that reason. That's an honest to be a God answer. So We're up to 10 people for a second. Yep. So, the point is yeah, you could see potentially people buying houses cheap. Potentially. Doesn't mean that they will, but they can get houses cheap. But don't forget, there are reasons people are leaving Connecticut anyway. Number one, Connecticut is too damn expensive. Connecticut is ridiculous, price-wise. Right. Okay. There we go. Something I wasn't quite sure about. Seabrook, Hampton, Rye, and Newcastle are the 3 towns on the ocean. And the Piscataqua River divides New Hampshire and Maine. Okay, that makes sense, yeah. Patty and I were looking at houses in New Hampshire. Prices up there are not that bad compared to Connecticut for houses in Zillow. We found a whole bunch that would be a good consideration. But we also realized that Winston would be at least a lot easier to move to Winston than to New Hampshire and Maine. But I don't know anything really about New Hampshire, but I just know is that definitely need a better choice than Winston than staying where I am now. How long before Antifa and BLM decide to storm a small town like Winston? I mean, would they be interested in Winston? Winston's kind of dinky. I don't even know how much Winston even has Antifa or even BLM movements over here. I've never seen one. Yeah, it was nice up there. Otherwise, Maine is the 3rd strongest current in the world, I believe. Okay. Well, I'm not looking to go swimming in that. Yeah, I know New Hampshire's nice. But here's the thing I find hilarious. Patty says to me she hates it when it's too freezing cold. And then to have her say, let's consider going to New Hampshire because houses are cheap. I was like, and this is a woman who gets married when it gets below 22 degrees Celsius. Come on. I can just see her up there by the White Mountains of New Hampshire. I'm freezing. Here, put some more wood on the fire, please. I don't give a shit if your knee hurts. Get me more wood. Load it up. I don't care if we get fire coming out of the roof. Just load it up. I'm freezing. You know I'm telling you the truth. That's the story she is. Lebanon, Maine, which is right across the border from me, is really cheap. Lebanon, Maine, I'll look at it. Antifa is full of young punks and kids who have identity crisis. I wouldn't worry about Antifa. Oh, by the way, you know what the kids now are playing this latest video game? Stock trading, day trading. Kids are using applications like Webull. Webull allows you to do day trades. Me and Kevin told me about this. You're going to go out there and get into stock trades quick and easy. Go ahead and use the Webull application to actually buy, sell, and trade stocks. No, I'm not sponsoring them, but maybe I might ask Webull if they want me to be sponsored by them. But anyway, the point is that's a good, fast way to go trade. Or you can use Ameritrade or to trade stocks. And apparently, they're becoming more popular than even playing video games. So video gamers are now going into day trading. I can't believe it. But then Hertz, which is hurting, is in bankruptcy. And what did the judge say? Go ahead and issue another 1 million shares of stock. We don't give a fuck. We'll let the stock's share buyers end up paying out your debts. Well, guess who the stock share buyers are? 10-year-olds doing day trading for fun. Holy fuck. Okay, well, how does that work? Don't mom and dad have to prove that because they're below the legal age of consent? I don't understand how that works. Well, actually, it can be a little bit colder. I've looked at the extended forecast. It's up near Ontario, Montreal, more close to Montreal, and it certainly is a bit colder than Connecticut, not by much, but yeah. So, anyway, guys, don't forget to check out the Patreon page too. The donation of $10 is going to be a help, and I do thank the person for donating $10, and the other $220 that was donated last week, so we can get the phone installation done. But we still need a monthly pledge of $100 a month. That'd be from 100 people each pledging $1, or 10 people each pledging $10, or a combination of both. It's going to take $100 a month in pledges to make sense to get the home phone for the studio line and the home internet back on, so we can do panels and discussion groups. That's a major deal. So just keep that in mind. Well, of course, I could go ahead and set up Webull or Ameritrade and do some day trading, and maybe I can make some money somehow. But wouldn't be using my business money. That business money that has been donated so far is for the business. It's not for fun. People wonder, how could it be so cool when you got over $230 sitting in a special dedicated PayPal account? Simple. I just don't look at it. Well, I mean, I check it once in a while, but I mean, I don't go in there every day and check it. Lead us not to temptation, but deliver us from evil. You actually had me just look at just like Fry when he found out that he had over $1 million sitting in the bank from 2,000 years or 1,000 years after he got stuck in the cryogenics thing. Oh wait, it's my old bank. Gee, I wonder if they have my old account. Pulls out his old ATM card, goes into the bank. I need to check my balance, please. And of course, he hands over the card. He pulls out this old point of sale terminal, swipes it through. You got about $10 million. What? I'm rich! I got $10 million in my name! Oh my God, what am I going to do with that? I'm going to buy all this stuff. What do you need to do with the rest of this money? He went out there and bought the last can of anchovies to make a pizza. The last known can of anchovies in existence. Oh. After he spent all that money on everything else, like vintage apartment that looks like mine and all that. Oh, that's funny. I do. But the thing is that the free phone app, which is Google Voice, for example, only lets me deal with one phone call at a time. And on my cell phone, it's very difficult because if that phone app rings and I'm reading the chat, then I can't read the chat and I can't have multiple callers on at one time. Plus, I got my regular cell phone playing on this too, so... But just fine as long as people don't call my number that don't expect to be on the show. For example, Patty doesn't always know when I'm live. So if she comes to call me when I'm on the live show, I'm going to have to actually ignore her ringing phone. Because she doesn't like to be on my show. Right, Mr. Cat? Yeah, Mr. Kitty Cat knows what I'm talking about. So, it's 203. Connecticut's area code. Big kitty cat, big pussy cat, big cat, meow meow meow. You're a beast. You're a beastie cat. You're a monster. You're a friendly monster. Yeah. Now he's gonna move the camera. Anyway, so yeah, it's just I'm working on it. Well, already our viewership is at 9 right now. It was just down to 6. Now it's back to 9 again. So, yeah, Mr. Pussycat. I noticed that this phone is not exactly... what is the story with this anyway? What do you mean? It's like... oh, it's fine. It's just that... for some reason, I fell behind a little bit in the viewer count. Big cat. Big bad cat. He's not a bad cat. He's just a big cat. He's pert wild cat. He's a big cat. So anyway, that's the story with all the stuff that's going on right now. We're just trying to get things figured out. Another thing too is I found, by the way, speaking of the phone apps, is that to integrate them on with the Hangout panels is a little tricky, because the way Hangouts works, I got Skype, but I don't have the phone number on Skype, and that's not free, but I do have Skype. I do have Hangouts. I do have a Hangouts, a Google Voice phone number, and which everybody knows about that number, but unfortunately it's not the same thing as having a good old-fashioned phone line with actual copper lines going into the building, which has less disturbance and better quality sound. That's something to keep in mind. I think the audience is getting ready to go on their merry way. Do you think so? Yeah, because everybody's going on the 4 viewers already. Yeah, maybe it's time to wrap it up. Anyway, so guys, here's the deal. I want everybody to know that we will have another live show at night. When? I do not know. I am actually trying to determine the best night. So, if anybody is interested in recommending the best days for a night show, we could consider changing the Saturday show to a night show. But unfortunately for people in the UK, if the show's too late at night, people are not going to be able to join it. Because, for example, a couple days ago in the night show, Toril from Norway joined up. And it was at 3 in the morning where he was in Norway. And so it was really kind of late for him. So if I was to do a night show, it would have to be at a time that's not too late. Oh, God, hair in my face. So that's where you guys come in. Because if you're interested in the night show, please tell me the days and the times of when you would like to do it. Okay? That's the easiest way. You can do that in the comment section below. That's the easiest way. And maybe this week coming up, probably on Monday. Oh, maybe we could do one tonight. We could do it tonight. We could, but I don't know if there's enough people to justify another night show for tonight. But maybe for Monday. Monday, let's just check the temperatures. I'll determine if it's going to be indoors or outdoors. So let me just pull up the weather forecast for Monday. Also, the 17th, the state of Connecticut is going to be opening for Phase 2. So that's going to be pretty good. So if I did Monday at 7 p.m., it would probably be 22, and then by 9 p.m. it'll probably be down to 18. So, and then it'll be 16 by 11. So maybe that might be a show that's going to be in the studio, because that's a pretty big drop of temperatures for Monday, June 15th. On the 16th, a high of 27, a low of 12. That means that on that same day, also it could be potentially inside as well, because I'll be high at 23, and then by 9 p.m. I'll be down to 19, and then 11 p.m. I'll be down to 16. So it's going to be cooling off at night. Not exactly roasty, toasty warm, but not super bad. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to have that show at that time. That works out for everybody. Alright, guys, for the time being, I'll see you soon. Stay out of trouble. Don't do anything stupid. I'll see you real soon, like on Monday night at 8 o'clock. Probably inside the studio that night. Okay? Bye-bye for now. Bye-bye, guys. Bye-bye.